14-year-old girlfriend got pregnant unexpectedly, and this addict decided to quit the drugs he'd relied on for 4 years. He smoked his last cigarette, then walked straight into rehab, full of determination. On this painful road to rebirth, he went through countless struggles and moments of despair, but no one could have imagined that this former junkie would one day become a double Ironman world champion. Years ago, Gore was consumed by drugs. Even worse, he dragged his new girlfriend into the abyss with him. They were addicted to the trance-filled world of underground clubs. As time passed, Gore's back hunched, his face hollowed, and his girlfriend became so numb she could no longer feel pain. One day, she stepped out of the club, and her body suddenly went into shock. Gore rushed to hold her, trying to ease her pain with a warm embrace. But when he saw someone smoking nearby, he tossed her aside, just to grab a half-smoked cigarette off the ground. Seeing that, she finally understood. In his heart, she meant less than a cigarette. She pushed him away and walked away from the man who had broken her. When Gore found out she was pregnant, a flicker of shock passed through his dazed eyes. Then came a strange sense of joy. He ran to the club and poured his heart out to his best friend. He swore he'd quit drugs and become the father his child needed. But even before the words left his mouth, the two of them were high again. After days of binging, Gore woke up, only to find his friend had stopped breathing. He thought it was just a blackout, but his friend was gone. That death hit him like a hammer, snapping him out of his numbness. The funeral was heartbreakingly empty. Just a pastor and a few staff. No one else showed up to say goodbye. To his surprise, his girlfriend came, accompanied by her father. Gore couldn't believe his eyes. Her father shoved him into the burial pit. She looked up, pleading, but she turned away. Without hesitation, that moment Gore finally made a choice. With the help of Dr. Ava, he was admitted to rehab. The road ahead would be brutal, but Gore was ready. For himself and for the unborn child. He had to hold on. Every time withdrawal hit, it felt like thousands of ants gnawing at his bones, tearing his body and soul apart. Whenever he felt like giving up, he would take out a photo of his girlfriend and imagine the future they could have as a family. That dream became his fuel to keep going. Life in rehab was strict and exhausting. As a rookie, he had to do the hardest chores, endure the toughest training. But after a year of persistence, Gore was finally promoted. To recognize his progress, the coach helped him get a job at the local swimming pool. Gore worked hard every single day. The manager noticed and gave him permission to practice swimming after hours. His skills improved quickly. He was no longer the man he used to be. He often swam alone in the lake, soaking in moments of peace. As his body recovered, he bought a broken-down bike from a homeless man and rediscovered his love for sports. One day on a ride, he saw a flyer for a local triathlon, a grueling test of physical and mental endurance. 5 kilometers of running, 20 kilometers of cycling, and 700 meters of swimming. Without hesitation, Gore signed up, but the race was harder than he imagined. During the swim, he choked on water. By the time he got out, he was way behind the others. He threw on his clothes and ran as fast as he could. By the time he reached the finish line, the sun was already setting. The stadium was empty, but Gore had never felt prouder, because he knew it wasn't about the ranking, it was about beating himself and finishing something that once felt impossible.